Here we go, Seth. That's it.
U.S. police, working with the FBI and the IRS, came in and arrested up to 7 people were now arrested, top members of FIFA's board.
Sepp Blatter has finally said he's sorry, but after being banned from football for 8 years by the sports world governing body FIFA.
Have you ever wondered how one of the world's most popular sports events, the FIFA World Cup, has become so corrupted? The story of corruption in this international tournament is an interesting and often controversial one. From bribery scandals to match-fixing allegations, it seems that no one has been immune from the illicit activities that have plagued the World Cup for years. In this video, we'll take a look at how money and greed have taken over the sport of football and how it's affected the World Cup. Who's responsible, and what can be done to ensure fair play going forward? So, are you ready to uncover the sordid past of FIFA's corruption in the World Cup? Join us as we dive into the depths of FIFA's dark history and discover how they've been able to corrupt one of the world's most beloved sporting events. Since FIFA, the organization that oversees international soccer, decided to award Qatar the right to host the 2022 World Cup in 2010, the competition has become mired in a complex web of scandals. This web of accusations ranges from claims of bribery and corruption during the tournament bidding process to claims that Qatar is utilizing the competition to sportswash its history of human rights violations. Since the country was given the tournament in 2010, at least 6,500 migrant workers have perished in Qatar, according to a Guardian investigation. FIFA's hotly debated decision to move the competition to the Northern Hemisphere's winter in order to avoid Qatar's sweltering summer heat has exacerbated the situation around the competition globally. Critics have seized on this decision as evidence that FIFA is going above and beyond to accommodate an already problematic host. Starting off with what is FIFA and what is it responsible for? FIFA, or Fédération Internationale de Football Association, is the world's governing body of association football. Founded in 1904 in Paris, France, FIFA is responsible for organizing international tournaments such as the World Cup and overseeing all aspects of international football, including the laws of the game, refereeing, and player transfers. FIFA also provides financial and technical assistance to its member associations to help them develop their football infrastructure and training programs. Its mission is to promote the enjoyment of football around the world. FIFA works with many different partners, such as national football associations, clubs, leagues, and other organizations, to ensure that football is enjoyed everywhere. It works closely with international federations and sponsors to promote the sport in the countries which are associated with it. Additionally, FIFA works hard to provide education programs for coaches, referees, and administrators across all levels of the game, from grassroots to professional football. With its efforts, FIFA has helped to create a safe and enjoyable environment for football fans around the world. But how does FIFA, soccer's international governing body, choose which country will host the event, and why is the process so controversial? FIFA holds the World Cup every 4 years. The process of selecting a host country for the World Cup is a long and complicated one, with many different factors taken into consideration. FIFA's executive committee is responsible for selecting the host country, and they do so by voting on a short list of countries that have been put forward by FIFA. The selection process is often controversial, as there have been allegations of bribery and corruption involved in the decision-making process. In 2010, FIFA awarded the World Cup to Russia and Qatar, 2 countries that had never before hosted the tournament. This led to accusations that FIFA was corrupt, as it was believed that these countries had only been chosen because they had offered bribes to ex-co members. The game of football has a long and fascinating history. The first recorded game took place in England in the 12th century. However, the modern game of football began to take shape in the 19th century. In 1848, 2 Englishmen, Ebenezer Cobb Marley and John Charles Thring, codified the rules of football. Other countries quickly adopted these rules, which led to the formation of FIFA, or the International Federation of Association Football, in 1904. The initial World Cup was contested in 1930, and Uruguay won it. Since then, the World Cup has been held every 4 years, with a few exceptions, and has become one of the most watched sporting events in the world. FIFA typically announces the host country 7 to 8 years before the event is scheduled to take place. This gives the host country time to prepare for the event by building stadiums and other infrastructure. The selection process has been marred by allegations of corruption, as countries have been accused of bribing FIFA officials in order to secure hosting rights. FIFA's executive committee, or ExCo, is responsible for making the final decision on who will host the tournament. However, the ExCo doesn't operate in a vacuum and is heavily influenced by a number of different factors. One of the most important factors in the selection process is politics. Countries that are seen as being close allies of FIFA are often favored over those that are not. This was evident in 2006 when Germany was selected as the host country for the 2010 World Cup, despite there being strong competition from other countries such as South Africa and England. Another important factor is money. Countries that are able to offer FIFA large sums of money in exchange for hosting rights are often seen as being more favorable than those that cannot. This was evident in 2018 when Russia was selected as the host country for the 2018 World Cup, despite there being strong competition from other countries such as England and Spain. In 2006, Germany was selected as the host country for the FIFA World Cup. However, there have been allegations that the country bribed FIFA officials in order to secure the hosting rights. If you're not subscribed to the BizStudied YouTube channel, that's why you need to subscribe before the end of 2022. We want to get to 50,000 subscribers, and please subscribe so we hit our goal and reach many more people. The next video will be even better, so please subscribe and thank you so much. Back to the video. It has been claimed that Germany offered financial incentives to FIFA Executive Committee members in exchange for their votes. These payments were allegedly made through a German bank account. 3 former German football officials who assisted in the organization of the 2006 Germany World Cup, as well as 1 former FIFA official, have been accused of fraud by Swiss prosecutors. It was incorrectly claimed that a payment of 6.7 million euros, paid in April 2005, was for a World Cup opening ceremony. There's also evidence that Germany provided free travel and accommodation for FIFA officials during the 2006 World Cup. Additionally, it's believed that the German government provided financial support to FIFA in order to help with the organization of the tournament. In 2018, Russia bribed FIFA in order to secure the hosting rights for the 2018 World Cup. This was done by offering FIFA members lavish gifts and hospitality, as well as promising them financial benefits if they voted for Russia. The Russian government also spent billions of dollars on new stadiums and infrastructure projects in order to make the country more appealing to FIFA. All of this bribery and corruption ultimately led to Russia being awarded the 2018 World Cup. In its first clear charges of misconduct after years of suspicion, the US Justice Department alleged that Russia bought the chance to host the 2018 FIFA World Cup by paying off football officials. The US Justice Department said in a revised allegation that long-serving FIFA official Jack Warner of Trinidad was promised and received bribery payouts worth $5 million to vote for Russia. In accordance with the March 18 indictment released in U.S. District Court in Brooklyn, Rafael Salguero of Guatemala was promised a $1 million bribe to cast his ballot in favor of Russia. While Warner, who faces accusations in the United States, is now fighting extradition from his native Trinidad to the United States, Salguero confessed to various corruption allegations in 2016 and received a FIFA ban. However, the Kremlin refuted claims that it used bribes to secure the rights to host the 2018 World Cup. It is impossible to dispute the World Cup's sustained worldwide appeal, given that around 3.5 billion people watched it in 2018. These controversies are so challenging to resolve because of the very things that make sports so alluring. The high stakes that come with 32 countries having to compete in a month-long tournament, the strength of long-standing rivalries, and the potential that one goal could decide the fate of an entire nation. The selection of Russia and Qatar as World Cup hosts has been particularly controversial, as both countries have been accused of human rights abuses. In Russia, there have been reports of workers being treated poorly and even killed while working on construction projects for the World Cup. In Qatar, migrant workers have also been mistreated, and there are concerns about the country's high temperatures and lack of infrastructure. The world was taken aback when FIFA decided in December 2010 to award Qatar the right to host the 2022 World Cup. Many fans expressed surprise and more than a little skepticism that a desert monarchy whose soccer team had never advanced to the World Cup had actually defeated sporting giants like the United States, Japan, and Australia. Soccer fans, however, had every reason to question the fairness of FIFA's selection procedure even before the choice was made public. FIFA dismissed 2 members of its 24-member executive committee, the body in charge of selecting the host nations, only 2 months before it was scheduled to reveal who would host the 2018 and 2022 championships, after they were accused of proposing to sell their votes. FIFA ultimately issued interim sanctions to both men. These initial claims of corruption by FIFA proved to be just the tip of the iceberg. The influential Qatari soccer administrator and former member of the FIFA Executive Committee, Mohammed bin Hammam, was reportedly accused of paying millions of dollars in bribes to FIFA officials, according to a cache of WikiLeaks emails and other data covered by the UK's Sunday Times in 2014. FIFA had already imposed a lifetime ban on bin Hammam in 2011 due to additional allegations of corruption. A second investigation into the claims of corruption led by former U.S. Attorney Michael J. Garcia, FIFA's senior ethics investigator, discovered evidence of major anomalies in the bidding process but failed to provide proof that Qatari officials had used bribery to sway the vote. But from that point on, FIFA's problems only became worse. The U.S. Department of Justice unveiled accusations against 9 FIFA officials in May of 2015, charging them with conspiracy, witness tampering, and money laundering in relation to a complex plot to sell the tournament's television rights. A simultaneous investigation into claims of corruption in the selection process for the 2022 World Cup in Qatar and the 2018 World Cup in Russia was soon announced by Swiss authorities. I don't think people had a lot of confidence in FIFA before any of this happened, and even going back to 2010, people were already beginning to doubt FIFA, said Bensinger. By the time the US criminal investigation became public in 2015, confidence just dropped off the bottom of the map. Sepp Blatter, the longtime president of FIFA, abruptly announced his retirement in the midst of the upheaval, only days after being re-elected for a fifth term as the organization's head. Blatter was subsequently accused of criminal fraud in Switzerland. However, he was found not guilty in July of 2022. Then, in April 2020, the Justice Department made public new evidence that suggested 3 FIFA officials had accepted payments from unidentified middlemen in exchange for their votes for Qatar. These investigations have produced a range of results. Investigators have found a lot of criminal misbehavior at FIFA, but they haven't found any concrete evidence that Qatari officials bought FIFA officials off, and Qatari authorities have persisted in their denial of any wrongdoing. Moreover, the effects of the system have become more lethal as Qatar has intensified its World Cup preparations. The Guardian reported in 2021 that since 2010, more than 6,500 laborers from Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, Nepal, and Sri Lanka had perished in Qatar. A representative for the tournament's organizers claimed that just 3 fatal workplace accidents have occurred, compared to 37 non-work-related fatalities. In the meantime, employees questioned by non-profit organizations like Amnesty International claim to have experienced a variety of wrongdoings, including salary theft, long hours, hazardous working and housing environments, and sexual and physical assault. In conclusion, it's undeniable that FIFA has been corrupted in many ways over the years. From bribery and ticket scalping to match fixing and illegal payments, FIFA has been far from an ideal governing body for the World Cup. This corruption has had serious implications for the game of football, especially for the players, coaches, and fans who've had their enjoyment of the sport taken away from them. The only way to truly tackle this issue is to ensure that FIFA is held to the highest standards of transparency and accountability. It's now up to FIFA to take the necessary steps to restore the public's trust and ensure that the World Cup remains a fair and enjoyable event for all. That's all for today, folks. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. What do you think? Will FIFA continue to strive for a corruption-free World Cup, or will it fall back into its old habits? Share your thoughts in the comment section, and do like and subscribe for more exciting videos.